actually kind of double fortuned, I guess, if that's a word, because
It is
when we started this planning process, this was before COVID.
Oof.
And we had started and we were planning and we were getting ready to launch, and this was March of 2020. And the moment that we were getting ready to send the Save the Data, the US government shut the country down, and we had just was getting ready to press enter. And we pushed back on the computer and was trying to figure out what was happening with this whole COVID thing that was new to us all. And as that evolved, and you know the life of this pandemic and where we are today, when we were coming out, not really coming out of the pandemic because we're still living through this process, but when we started to venture back out into the world of events, and Geoffrey and I talked and said, well, are we going to move forward? And the answer was immediately yes. Then our concern was, what about our partners? What about the people that we've established relationships with? And we are so grateful that we went to each and every partner and said that we are going to start this again.
Yes.
And they were right
They were right there with us.
They didn't even blink.
They were right there with us.
This
From
is
the
one
beginning.
thing
Yes.
I have got to commend you for. Because as my viewers and my listeners know, I am a medically fragile person. During COVID, I was not allowed to leave my house for a year and a half. And so I was so very thankful that you are definitely enacting protocols, even with
yes,
COVID.
we are.
I feel like it's COVID-20.
I
COVID-19
absolutely.
variant, whatever.
Yes.
Tell us about those protocols.
Well, actually, those protocols that we're enacting is that they all have to be vaccinated and show their proof of vaccination. If they are not vaccinated, we must have
The
a
antigen test.
72-hour
Exactly.
antigen test.
Has that been
Yeah.
difficult? Because as we know, and we're definitely not talking about that, as we know, it's become a political issue. So has that been any issue for you guys?
Not really. Everyone has been so forthcoming with it.
Yes,
And they
yes.
have they're responding to their table leaders that they're vaccinated, they're showing their cards, they're sending them in ahead of time.
And I
One
think
asked me
that's-
just recently, do I have to bring the physical card? And I said, if it's on your phone, it's fine.
Right.
So
But we've got no pushback from anyone who has chosen not to get vaccinated for whatever reason, and they have to present a negative antigen test. So we haven't gotten any pushback, but what we have gotten is praise from the folks that are coming saying, thank you for adding this layer of health safety to the event.
Yes.
Because what we want is that we want everyone to come and really enjoy the experience. And we also have to be mindful that in order to enjoy that experience, they need to know that as we as hosts are taking this health measure seriously. And we hope that people will, and we're being really strict about it, that when you get to the destination point, you must show your COVID vaccination card on your phone or
So I
in
hope you
person,
hear that
or
if
you
you're
have
watching
to
this.
show your negative test result. If you don't have a negative test result or unable to display that, unfortunately, we won't be able to invite you in for this event, but we would love to see you at other future events.
And they've known about it long enough that they can.
Absolutely.
I love that, because when you talk about the idea of community, that means incorporating everyone, so everyone feels safe and honored and cherished and included.
Absolutely.
And that's so very important these days, especially. So for that person who did not get that invitation, was not waitlisted for this year, what do you have to say to them for next year?
Well,
They're both like, you take that one. No,
I think we'd like to, it's going to be so phenomenal that they will have to get on the wait list and hopefully come in for the following year, because of course the first ones that get invited the next year are those that attended this year. And
and one of the wonderful things about this event is that it does sell out quickly globally. And one of the I was watching some vintage clips on YouTube. You can find a ton of clips on YouTube of other dinners.
I watched them for over an hour.
And there's one that lives in, this woman in New York was trying to get in. And she had been trying to get in for years, and the video clip was just her saying, "I cleared the wait list. I'm in." And when I saw that, I said, you know, Palm Springs speaking it into existence will be that kind of event for Les Diner En Blanc, where it will be a must attend. So for that person that's not in, Geoffrey said we encourage them to join the wait list, but we do stand by, because when we open up the gates for 2022, we do anticipate a huge.
And all fair to everyone, we in our phase 1, 2, and 3, we put a number on each one to open up initially. So if we have a count of 600, we may open up with 300 for phase 1. Then we will leave 100 openings for phase 2, and the balance for phase 3. That way, it gives those people an opportunity to still come on board.
Absolutely.
Now, do you think next year you'll have to go to a venue that's even larger than the one this year?
Well, we've talked about that.
We've talked about
that. We went to one recently that was 1,200 people in San Diego. It was very nice, but it was so massive.
Right.
And Los Angeles had theirs in 2019 at the Santa Monica Pier, and they had 3,000 people.
Wow.
The undertaking that we've taken with just 600 has been so much that the thought of taking on 1,200 people might be a little much.
Right. And we've always operated under the philosophy that the other cities have 3,000 and 1,200, and that's wonderful, and we applaud them. But we want to do 640 right. And so our plan was to make sure that we execute.
Just look at that camera and say that.
640 right. And we want
Yes.
each one of those individuals to really feel our hard work, our labor, our love, and they walk away saying, "This was amazing."
Yes.
That is
and
the greatest takeaway for us.
We had 3 Zoom meetings yesterday with our groups, and we have a 4th one coming up. And one of the things we stressed to them and told them is that we spend 6 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, working on this event
It's a labor of
make
love.
sure it is ran well. Yes.
And we want to make sure that your experience happens at the destination point. So when you're all dressed in white and you leave your house and you're going to your destination location, it starts there. That whole experience of Les Diner En Blanc Palm Springs starts there.
So when they
and
all
it doesn't
meet,
end until the last
when they all meet, they're cheerful, they're excited,
Yes,
they're
yes.
sharing, and then they start traveling. 2 of them are traveling by buses, by coach buses, courtesy of Carter
Transportation.
Transportation.
Carter Transportation is one of our collaborators. So they travel. The other 2 are walking destinations, and they get to walk through the city as they go to the destination point. So people will see them as they come in across.
So you're dressed beautifully and elegantly in white,
Yes.
but wear comfortable shoes.
Absolutely.
That's actually,
Yes, that is
very
it.
good point.
She's learning well. Yes, that's it.
It's in our
You can bring your dressy shoes with you so that you can change when you
I may
get there.
have to carry it.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. Yes.
Well,
And then it's also copy paper white.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
what we
so
stress.
important.
It's
Yes,
copy
yes.
paper white. It's
Copy
not off
paper
white. It's
white.
It's not off white.
beige,
Not a crew.
off-white,
Not a crew. It's
It's
gotta
really
be.
interesting though. That has turned out to be a thing in that we tell people to wear white. And so now the easiest way to tell a person to wear white is before you go to the mall or to your favorite boutique, go to your printer and grab a sheet of
Grab a sheet of paper.
Take it
That
Take it with
is-
you.
That is
Take
white,
it with
yes.
you.
Yeah.
If it doesn't match,
When you
it's
go to
not.
your
If it
closet.
doesn't match,
Yeah.
it's not it.
That's so true, because think about it. If everyone else is wearing copy paper white
Yes.
and you're wearing a crew, you're gonna look dirty.
Oh, that's it. That is
word.
exactly
Yes,
it.
yes,
That's
yes,
exactly.
yes,
Or we'll say dusty.
You're
Yeah.
dusty.
Yeah.
And
Dusty, dirty,
we're on the
dirty.
desert, but we don't want to look dusty.
No, so we don't want that.
No, we don't.
Yeah, it's
And interestingly, we've had friends and people that send us pictures to ask us, is this correct?
Yes.
I've had someone even send me a dinner plate and they ask, was this the
Oh,
right
I love
type of
that.
dinner plate?
Yes. Ladies who had beautiful blouses, and a friend of mine, and she said, "What do you think about this blouse?" And I said, "Can't." She goes, "Well, it's white, but it had wonderful bronze buttons down it, and so fortunately it's not white." Now, ladies and gentlemen are allowed to accessorize in
In gold.
silver,
And diamonds
gold,
always.
and
Yes,
diamonds,
and diamonds.
They match
Yes,
everything.
yes, Yes, yes.
I mean, come on, let's be.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Well, all I can say is I am so excited. First of all, the idea of adventure. I love adventure. We all need to incorporate some sense of adventure in our lives.
Yes.
Life can get really boring, and that's where depression and anxiety sets in. And as a life coach, I'm telling you, get back to living the world like a child.
Amen.
Yes, yes.
Have some wonder.
Yes.
So thank you, gentlemen, for that.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And on top of that, thank you for this, the way you've handled everything. It's been seamless. It's been wonderful. We're so excited. The last time, besides my wedding, of course, the last time I felt this excited, besides having my children, of course.
Yes.
The last time, okay. The last time, besides graduating from Spelman College, and all those wonderful things, and moving to Coachella Valley, and all. But this is definitely way up there in terms of saying, okay, we've come through a part of COVID because it's not quite over yet.
Right.
But we're all going to get back to living again with caution, with elegance, with grace, with vaccinations.
Absolutely.
But either way, what's the last thing that you first wants to say to all the people out there saying, oh my God, I'm going to miss it this year. I didn't even know. What should I do?
I think I would say that we are going to have some wonderful surprises for everyone. The collaborators and the partners have been wonderful to support us in that. And just the idea of coming in white and to this elaborate decorated location and having a great time that evening, you want to be there. You want to be there.
And
what do you
I
have
would
to
say to those listeners that, for those that were unable to make it this year for a host of reasons, and happy to report we are sold out, but we hope that we have opened the door to a new opportunity. We are planned, this is a global event, so there will be more coming down, down the pike. And if you're not in the Coachella Valley and you're watching this from another location, Google Diner En Blanc in your city, and perhaps there is one near you where you can also share the indie experience. And if you can't get on the list, you're always welcome to join us here in Palm Springs. We are so excited. We feel very fortunate that we get to do this. As two black men living in the desert, which was important.
Yes, that is important.
Which was important.
I'm so busy sitting here in my blackness.
And I think it was important for us, to be able to bring this style and bring this elegance and represent our community.
Yes.
And we're hoping that we
there is a community.
And doing it with class.
And
That's
doing it with
important.
class.
Yes,
Doing it with
yes.
class. And and at the end of the day, we get to hang out with Coach Lynn. I mean,
Yes.
it's all good.
And talk it over, yes.
And I'm definitely going to be a lot of fun. I promise you that.
Yes, we've got to dance.
Yes.
We've got to dance.
There are things that you'll be surprised about.
Yes.
So the elegance of the event should be a part of your life. I just want to say this last piece to you. I'm talking to you right now because so many of you write me, especially during COVID, and you say, I've kind of lost something because of COVID. I've lost my sense of adventure. I've lost loved ones. I've lost feeling like I'm good enough. I lost my job. I lost knowing what tomorrow's going to bring for me. But guess what? If you incorporate just a little piece of excitement, a little piece of elegance, a little piece of class to your life, I promise you that you can incorporate this at home. If you're not here this year in Palm Springs with all the rest of us celebrating Diner En Blanc for these wonderful gentlemen and Porsche and Carter and all the wonderful sponsors, if you're not there, do it at home. Enjoy it.
Yes.
Pull out a picnic basket, pull out a table, put a white tablecloth on top, white candles. If you can't do candles, do LED lights. Put some white roses. If you can't afford roses, make them carnations, whatever.
Yes.
And enjoy your life.
Yes.
Because as far as I know, you only have one time.
You only have one life. You've got to live it well.
Ashe.
Yes.
Prosper, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.